Before cameras existed, scientists could only imagine what extinct animals looked like. They had to sketch them from fossils and broken bones. But in the 1800s, the first cameras allowed us to capture life exactly as it was. As early photographers set out to document the living world, they accidentally created something else. They captured the final moments of species on the brink. These photos gave us the endling, the very last survivor of an entire genetic line. To understand how a species reaches that final moment, look at this forest. These towering tree ferns are in New Zealand, an isolated environment that remained untouched for thousands of years. It was the perfect incubator for giant, flightless life forms, like the massive moa bird, which could grow over 3 meters tall. Now, look at this historical record of early Maori settlers. When humans arrived here about 700 years ago, the moa became their primary food source. Between heavy hunting and burning the forests to clear land, the enormous birds were completely wiped out by the 1400s, centuries before photography was even invented. There is a famous 19th century photograph that claims to show a moa towering over hunters with spears. Since the actual birds died out 400 years earlier, we know this image is either a clever reconstruction or a complete myth. Even 400 years after the moa vanished, the demand for a visual record was so high that someone produced a fake. It demonstrates how much we value a single frame of evidence, which makes the verified final photographs of species we truly erased even more significant. The Zanzibar leopard was a small, highly intelligent apex predator living on an island in Tanzania. Its unique pale coat helped it blend perfectly into the dry, dusty landscape while hunting. In the 1960s, the Tanzanian government officially branded these leopards a danger to the public. They launched a deliberate, state-sponsored campaign to hunt them down. This chart tracks the result. You can see the population plummeted once the campaign started, dropping from a healthy number down to the final confirmed sighting right here at the 1990 mark. A similar fate met the Schomburgk deer in early 20th century Bangkok. Males grew massive, crown-like antlers, making them look incredibly majestic as they fed on aquatic plants in the wetlands. Those antlers made them prime targets for commercial trophy hunters. Meanwhile, Bangkok aggressively clear-cut the surrounding forests to make room for city expansion. By 1938, the last deer was dead. Neither the leopard nor the deer faded away by accident. They were systematically removed by human expansion, leaving us with only a few ghostly photographs to prove they were ever here. Some species depended on very specific environments, like the seed-rich grasslands of New York and New Jersey. That was the natural habitat of the eastern Heath Hen. But as farming expanded and sport hunting intensified, those grasslands steadily disappeared, pushing the remaining birds into a small, isolated sanctuary. Then, a wildfire swept through it. By 1932, only one bird was left, a lone male known as Booming Ben. Observers watched him call into an empty sky, waiting for a mate that no longer existed. We saw this same isolation happen in the grasslands of southeastern Australia. The Toolache Wallaby was known for its elegant, graceful movements. Look at this breakdown of the final 14 wallabies. In 1924, scientists attempted a desperate breeding program. They tried to capture all 14 to protect them, but the trauma of capture killed 10 immediately, leaving a critically unviable group of 4. The last female died in captivity shortly after. Surviving extinction is often a sentence of profound isolation. Australia was also home to the Gastric-Brooding Frog, a biological anomaly that incubated its young inside its own stomach. The mother would literally halt her own digestion for weeks until the tadpoles emerged from her mouth. But in the 1980s, its environment collapsed. Deforestation weakened the ecosystem, and the deadly chytrid fungus wiped out the frog in less than 10 years. At the same time, a crisis was building in China's longest river. For 20 million years, the Baiji Dolphin successfully navigated those dark, muddy waters. Starting in the 1950s, rapid industrialization turned the Yangtze River into a toxic corridor. By 2006, scientists launched a final search, scanning the river for 39 days. But their screens showed nothing. The Baiji was gone, the first dolphin species driven to extinction by human activity. That loss forced change, and fishing bans were introduced. Today, scientists are even exploring de-extinction using preserved DNA. For nearly 2 centuries, the camera has served as a tool to record life. Now, it records loss. These images are no longer just documentation. They are evidence and a warning. Because if nothing changes, the living world around us will slowly become a silent archive.